With expressions on their faces, students have finally completed the Media Challenge Expo 2019. Our live reporter Elizabeth at Zenado Collection will be giving us details about the ongoing event. I'm Berenja Beatrice Mary and
Shadia Naziwa. Good afternoon, and you are watching IUTV. It is the 3rd of November 2019. First, let's look at the highlights.
Ugandans advised to enhance biogas as a form of energy. Women farmers advised to plant trees and practice livestock farming vis-a-vis agriculture. And government at the forefront of minimizing the risks of disasters.
In our first story tonight, the government has a vital role to play when it comes to climate change and disaster risk reduction in Uganda. Students from various institutions of higher learning were treated to knowledge concerning this issue during the Media Challenge Expo 2019. Our reporter has more on this.
At the event, endemic disasters such as floods and landslides in the areas of Bududa and Kasese in the west were attributed to climate change. However, a question on government's responsibility toward the pre- and post-occurrence of these disasters has been put forward. According to the Commissioner, Office of the Prime Minister in the Department of Disaster Preparedness, Mr. Chirungi Raymond, said that the government has made attempts to avert disasters through early warnings and resettlements.
The resettlement that we are currently doing, in fact, it's going to be very much phased, unlike that one which was an emergency, whereby a lot of the people that we had to try and run, otherwise in case anything happens again, because you know they say you fool me once, that's on me, fool me twice, shame on me, right?
Yeah.
So if at all we had delayed and yet we had seen what had happened, then we would have been in shame in case there was a reoccurrence of the landslide at the time. So in this current phase, what we have been doing actually has been to engage all the different stakeholders. In fact, this resettlement is taking quite a bit of time because we want to do it not in the emergency way we did it that time, but rather we have enough time, as much as we can see the time is also now against us with the rains.
Furthermore, Mr. Chirungi stated that there is still need for the government to do more in the area of funding to reduce impacts of disasters and providing relief to the affected areas.
The budget they have, or the budget system that they are running, is not enough. So there's no way we can also have enough. But besides that, even if it was enough, disaster is not something that you can quantify. Because the magnitude of the challenge we are faced with, I would almost say, if we do not plan now, it grows every other day.
Isaac Dakes Wakalanga, IUIU TV.
Thank you so much, Isaac. Women farmers in Uganda are advocating for climate conservation through modern farming practices if the negative effects of climate change are to be stopped while earning a living. Our reporter has more.
The chairperson of Sukuru United Women Network, Madam Constance Okolet, advised farmers to plant 5 trees for each one they cut down.
In your home, you will have the food, you will have the firewood, you will have to deal with it, you will have to sell, you will cut the charcoal that they are talking of, because you are planting. You are not supposed to cut without planting.
She appealed to women to add animal husbandry on top of growing crops as a more sustainable alternative during drought.
If you plant today, tomorrow, in a month's time, the drought comes and everything is swept, completely dry, like poultry. Some people have poultry as an alternative business, but from agriculture. Some people are doing piggery.
She invited women to join Osokoro United Women's Network so that they earn a living while they conserve the environment.
And the group has 45 small groups that came up to have one voice for the voiceless. It is helping them a lot.
In an effort to deal with issues concerning climate change, Osokoro United Women's Network urges women in Tororo districts to engage in climate conservation method practices through the use of safe modern farming methods as they earn a living, and not to concentrate on men as their sources of income. Namara Janet Kanyungu, IUTV.
Ugandans have been advised to use biogas as an alternative form of energy as a way of averting the negative effects on climate change. Zaitun Twalib reports.
Mr. Gideon Mohindo, the Central Region Biogas Hub Officer, has advised Ugandans to use biogas as a form of energy. He said this at the annual Media Challenge Expo 2019 at Xanadu Collections in Nakasero.
And this project we are on, it is an African biogas partnership program that started in 2009 under HEIFA International.
According to Mr. Mohindo, Biogas Hub Uganda are aiming at being one of the mitigators of climate change by providing alternative uses of animal waste.
So here as Biogas Solutions Uganda, we look at that gas. How can we capture that gas, use it as an energy to cook before it is emitted into the atmosphere? Because if it just goes to the atmosphere, it will now cause the climate change.
And further added that emissions from animal waste contain a very harmful gas, methane, which is what is captured into biogas before being released into the atmosphere.
And the biggest gas, or the gas that causes the most danger, is methane. So here as Biogas Solutions Uganda, we look at that gas. How can we capture that gas, use it as an energy to cook before it is emitted into the atmosphere?
Mr. Mohindo also appealed to farmers to shift to biogas, a healthier alternative source of energy compared to firewood and charcoal, which he believes protects them from emissions like smoke that they take in from wood and charcoal.
The debate about climate change has largely been a monopoly of developed countries, an attitude which needs to be changed by enhancing technology as a solution to climate change. Zaitun Twalib, IUIU.
Back to our live report. Elizabeth Zipper at Xanadu Collection. Elizabeth, can you hear me?
I do hear you loud and clear.
Okay, Elizabeth, I was wondering what exactly is happening at Xanadu Collection at the moment.
Thank you very much, dear viewers. Beatrice and Shadia back at the command center. My name is Elizabeth Zipora Akol, reporting for IUTV live at Xanadu Collection, the former Makinon Suits Nakasero. So, as we all know, every year the Media Challenge organizes a 3-day camp expo for all university students, and they majorly look at the effects, they majorly look at the concerns of the country that particular time. Just as last year, we had one on refugees, and this year we have one on climate.
All right, so looking around you, I see plenty of green. Can you explain the color?
So as you see, most of the banners are in green. It is of knowledge that green is a symbol of nature. So when we brought in different university members, the universities were taught about climate change and the effects of climate change and possible solutions of climate change. And here with me are one of the participants, one of the people that attended this 3-day camp, telling us more about climate change. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How?
Kindly tell us some of the possible solutions of the effects of climate change.
First and foremost, I'm Shamira Nagawa, and I'm happy that this year's theme is reporting on climate change and disaster risk reduction in Uganda and Africa. When you look at today's climate, it's been messed up. People are doing so many things that are messing it up, yet its surrounding benefit us at the end of that day. So people are cutting down trees and they're not replacing them, which is wrong. Rather, if someone cuts down a tree, they're supposed to replace it. There's so many other things that are messing up the climate if we also leave out cutting down trees. We look at waste disposal. You know, proper waste disposal is also good for conserving our environment, but if someone just drops it maybe or disposes it off anywhere, like in the drainages, probably it is going to block the drainage system, and at the end of the day, people won't have access to clean water. So conserving the environment is actually good, and I'm humbled to be part of this year's,
Thank you very much, our dear participant. Back to you, the command center. I still remain Elizabeth Zipora Cole, reporting for IUTV.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for that wonderful report. But in other news, residents of Kakora village and Paro district are feeling the pinch of vegetation destruction and are yearning for help from relevant authorities. Take a look.
3 kilometers from the center of the old capital Hoima is where you find Habitat Well, a man-made dipping well, which is a source of unsafe water to over 800 people. This is brought about by the poor hygienic situation around the well, which is caused by the cutting down of general green cover that would have been used as a filter for the water.
It is a man-made well. After giving these people a source of water, he went ahead to the authority which above him, talked to them about how to upgrade the well from being a stream well to a built well. But according to us, he has told us that the government has not adhered, or the authority down here has not adhered.
Tuinamu ekizibu ky'amazzi kusinziira ku namba y'abantu abazze nga batuulamu nga bakibeeramu nga bazimbamu naye ate enzizi z'amazzi tulina ntono kubanga oluzzi luno lwe mulabako oluzzi luno lulina coverage y'abantu abasukka mu 8.
According to Asuman Tege, the chairperson of the area, the well needs to be constructed in order to prevent people from ascertaining waterborne diseases.
Tugezaako okubuulira abantu baffe bwewanga basenyeyo amazzi gano basobole okugafumba oba si kyekyo bafune eddagala lye bateekamu eriziyiza obuwuka buli obusobola baleetera endwadde.
The well is a source of water to 4 villages and 3 schools. However, even if it's a source of water to many, it has also been a source of terror to those who have lost school children, adults and animals through drowning.
And what has happened, we've been seeing our students drowning.
Scattered with unplanned semi-permanent houses, Asundi slum is a death trap during heavy rains. Surface runoff from the hill drains directly into houses and pools of water map the Maram Road, making it impassable. Students of Islamic University in Uganda on Chibuli Hill narrated their audios during the rainy season.
As per now, since we are having rains all day, now the road is open and accessing campus, we access it with a lot of difficulty.
Kasaga Osama, an engineer and lecturer in charge of research at Islamic University in Uganda, says that Uganda's weather is very unpredictable today.
The weather in Uganda is good, extremely good. Uganda right now our climate is not stable. It keeps on changing. So we lack gadgets which may be controlling giving us the signal that there is going to be a change in our environment. So we lack the environment to help us, give us the signal of the changing environment. So our environment is not nowadays static. It's always keeping on changing.
It is these extreme uncertainties in weather conditions that have left not only people in Asundi, but also other parts of the country crying foul because of the interruption of their daily business. Mugambe Richard, IUIU TV.
A round of applause for IUIU. Can we have the team from IUIU join us on stage?